Ronny reckons you've got a lot of dirt on him. You got anything that you can share with us about Ronny?
I remember, so Ronny always gets to camp in dark.
Yeah.
Now, the reason that Ronny gets to camp in dark is not because he's going a long way. It's because he is the world's slowest videographer. And it is chaotic. He takes 9 hours to make a decision about which shot he wants, so he just gets all of them. I remember there was one day we woke up at 4 a.m. in the Kimberley. It was 48 degrees that day. And by 10 hours into the shoot, so 2 p.m., we had made it 180 kilometres of highway and we hadn't pulled a camera out. That was how slow moving this convoy was. We were at a servo for about 2 hours because Ronny doesn't hustle anyone. He just goes with the flow. And it was like, okay, cool. Yeah, you guys want some, like, everyone's going to get fuel. Then someone's like, oh, might have a burger. Yeah, cool, get a burger. You got to wait for your burger. And then someone else is like, shit, that burger looks pretty good. I might order one as well. And you're like, oh, God. And then someone else goes, geez, you guys get burgers. I might get a burger as well. And then, someone finishes their burger and they're like, okay, I'm going to go for a shit. And you're like, oh, God. and then, right at the last minute, everyone's like in the car and someone's like, oh, I haven't put fuel in yet. You're like, I was getting a burger. Please. We were at a servo for about 2 hours and we achieved nothing in that time other than putting fuel and food into us. And I was like, this is the most inefficient thing. And I've got ADHD, so I'm like very impatient with that kind of stuff. And Ronny is insanely impatient with some things and has the patience of a saint with others. Like, Ronny will happily wait 45 minutes for a tyre to get aired up. He never buys a twin compressor. He always buys a single because he's like, it's a bit lighter. And I'm like, and it is the biggest pain in the ass in the world because it is so bloody slow. Or he'll use like a battery-powered one or something, like patience of a saint when it comes to airing up. But if you say to him, like, okay, look, we're going to get the awnings out and cook some dinner, he's like, forget it. Like, it's like, what is the quickest thing I can make? I won't pull my awning out and I'll sit on the ground and eat it with a knife so I don't have to wash up. And I'm like, but just, happy to spend 9 hours getting 2 shots. And one of the great examples, he even figured it out himself. He said that we spent 5 hours filming a track, and then he realised he'd forgotten something at the start of the track, and it took him 3 minutes to go and get it. So it's like it took us 5 hours to do 3 minutes of driving.
And we sort of had that experience a little bit, didn't we? Like,
mate, it was coming back across another ball.
Yeah, we stopped. We stopped at that cool like that free camp with that old homestead that's abandoned now. I forget what it's called. We got some wicked shots. That's where we got the Ronny's album cover.
Yeah, Ronny's album cover.
Is that where that was?
And but so we did all that, got the shots. It was fun, like, because I've never done that before. Like, these blokes get all the good gear out and stuff like that. It was awesome to see and hanging out with those dudes. And then we get to camp in dark, and that's when we had the cowboy steaks just straight on the fire and like a simple
laziest thing you could possibly do.
Yeah.
Just pop the roof on the troopy and that was it.
Yeah,
that was our day.
He has no time for camping gear and like, he didn't run an awning. I reckon in the past 10 years, he's had 2 good awnings. And
destination four-wheel drive awning.
And
Destination
one of the for like a good 5 years, he pulled the insides of his awnings out so he could put fishing rods in there. And he's a crap fisher. So.
I don't think I've ever seen him fish.
No, I just loved like because we'd only spent time with him doing this, but on that trip, I loved. Like, he's the best bloke to camp with.
Oh, he's awesome to camp with.
Yeah. He's that generous too. Like, it's just crazy. Yeah. Like, he'll do everything for us while we barely lift a finger. All we had to do was wash up when there was like we had to wash the knife.
Yeah, and he was fighting us not to do it as well.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was unreal to camp with the guru.
No, I really like camping with Ronny. I just hate filming with Ronny. Because it's so bloody slow.
What's slow? Like,
whereas I'm the exact opposite. I'll spend all day at camp. My camera's been set up since the morning.
Yeah.
Because I set up 4 cameras at once.
Yeah.
And they're all static, so nothing moves. I set up 2 big lights, 4 cameras, and it's like this.
Yeah.
Right? I set up a thing like this to do my cooking episodes because then we can just flick between angles.
Yeah.
And it makes it really easy.
Yeah.
But I'll leave that also at the same place for 3 days. And so I won't change my camera setup at all. It just sits there. All I do is at the end of the night, I like actually take the physical camera off and put it in the caravan so it doesn't get wet.
Yeah.
That's it. Whack a new battery in it.